Welcome to Golf Weekly. Again, I'm your host, Daniel Cort, and I am joined this week by our newest sponsor, Mr. Chris Hendrix with the Golf Store Outlet.
Great. How are you doing today?
Good, Chris. Good to have you back this week.
Good to be back.
Chris is going to sit in on this panel with me. We've got a special guest with us. Most of you, or most of you locals, are going to recognize Dereck. Dereck Gall has been with Old South Golf Links for how many years now?
7 years.
7 years. And I'm a frequent patron. In fact, I think I call that my home club now. I believe that's where my handicap is kept. And you guys are actually neighbors over there now, kind of on the, I call it the hot corner, where everything happens there at the entrance of the bridge.
You're right, yep. 50 Buckingham Plantation Drive is the address of Old South. And
1498 Fording Island Road, which is right on the corner, is the address of the Golf Store Outlet.
Yep.
Yep, and Chris has sent us a lot of business, and it's been a great relationship so far.
Yes.
Good, so far so good.
So far so good. Great course. Of course, we're going to send people there.
You betcha. Well, it is a great course, and anybody that, anybody that's been around any length of time knows the reputation, sterling reputation that Old South has. Jimmy Urimovich, the head pro, and of course Dereck and his staff. Same group. I mean, you guys have very little attrition. You see the same faces out there all the time. Course is always in impeccable condition. The service is top notch. And Dereck, in keeping with all of that success and tradition, I understand was just named the Island Packet's Reader's Choice Golf Professional of the Year.
Yes, that's correct.
Congratulations. Tell us about that.
Thank you. Well, the Island Packet had a Reader's Choice poll, and I was lucky enough to win it, and so I'd like to thank everyone for voting for me. It was quite an honor, and yeah, no, it's great. I feel quite fortunate to have won the award.
So that's just that's from your community and your peers and
yep, Reader's Choice. So everyone
right.
who reads the Island Packet and friends, students, family members. It was great. I really appreciate it.
I don't know if there could be a better honor. and deserving, man, because like I've known you a long time, and
yep,
you're
yep.
always consistent and quite the player, man. How you hitting it these days?
Not bad. Trying to get back into it. Played actually with Jimmy yesterday, and Jimmy actually had 6 birdies. I was very impressed with that.
Jimmy Urimovich?
Jimmy Urimovich came out of the woodworks and threw a little 6
Probably
birdies
more
on
birdies
us.
than he's had in the last 6 years.
Possibly, but no, he had it going yesterday. So no, we're getting back into it. Of course, it's extremely hot, so it's everybody's nice and loose.
Yeah. Well, speaking of nice and loose, I understand that you guys have some ongoing teaching programs that you wanted to talk about a little bit.
We do. You know, fellow PGA professional Greg McDonald and myself have created some teaching programs, some golf schools, some daily clinics, and of course hourly instruction. And we've really, done a great job of promoting and growing the game. The programs are all affordable, they're fun, they're relaxing. We have a tremendous teaching facility at Old South. People probably don't realize at the back of the range, there's a putting green, there's a chipping green, there's fairway bunkers, which I don't think any golf course really in the area has a practice range where you can practice, your fairway bunker shots. And then of course greenside bunkers, and it's a totally private area, so it's great. Really a first-class teaching facility. No question.
And you mentioned fairway bunkers. It's one of those things, for those of us who play casually or a little bit competitively, it's always still somewhat of a shock when you get into a fairway bunker. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
How do I hit this again? I don't ever work on this.
Yes, you'll have
so
to.
You're right. That's very key.
Yeah, you'll have to come down. You know where it is. You're very familiar with the property.
Yeah.
And it's a great place to practice that shot. It really is.
No question. Chris, I would imagine when you're fitting somebody for a new set of clubs, this would be a great place to send them right around the corner to go try those babies out, huh?
Yeah, it is. It is. People come in the store all the time. They're looking for a place to play, looking for a place to practice, especially when they get a new driver, a new set of irons, and we send everybody to Old South. I mean, it's right behind us. It's a great course, great staff, great rates. I mean, probably the best deal in town.
Well, yeah, I think you're right. You had mentioned too, knowing a lot of restaurant owners on the island and a lot of people that are also in the business. It's real easy when you get into a kind of a situation where you can send someone to, say, a restaurant or to a golf course where the person's always going to come away with a good experience.
Yeah, no, it's we've really the Almer family has provided just a beautiful piece of property, and Clyde Johnston is the designer, or David Staley, Tom Jacoby, and Jim Ferguson, have been our leaders, and our investors have allowed us to grow and to become successful. And it's just Scott Adams is our general manager. He's been there since the course was built. Him and his his right-hand man at that time and head mechanic was John Cooler. Now he's our current superintendent. He has done just a fabulous job. They've really taken ownership of the golf course because they've been there from the beginning.
Right.
And
what, you just celebrated 20 years?
20 years. Yep. It was built in 1991. And so they're very passionate, about the golf course and keeping it in top condition, and we're very fortunate, to have them. And then we, of course, just have a tremendous staff as well. Our restaurant staff,
Edison, and
Cindy, and all the girls who work on our staff. Tammy has been there for a long time.
Right,
Tammy does a great job.
I call her the Taminator.
Yeah, Tammy's done.
She's indestructible.
She is.
Girl.
Tammy is. And Dave Brady is one of our staff professionals. He runs our summer league, which is kind of a working man's league.
Yeah.
It's a fun it's a fun league that obviously goes throughout the summer months, and so that's Old South has a lot to offer. We really do.
You've been doing that summer league now, what, over 10 years?
No, for almost 20.
Almost 20 years.
They started it.
Really popular.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a long time.
Yeah, no kidding. And you get preferred rates to join, and
yep. You pay $200 per player to join the league. You can have up to 6 people on your team, and it's a great way to play with your buddies once a week. We have fun formats, great prizes, and it goes through the summer months. It's a fun thing. We send weekly email blasts to let you know what position you're in and who won the daily events.
Yeah, it's really fun. You get to kind of have an ongoing way to keep up with your competition.
Yeah, it's great. You've played in it for several years.
I sure have. Yeah, we actually won one of those back a long time ago, man. With Sheriff P.J. Tanner. That's always a good guy to.
Oh yeah, he still plays in it. Yeah,
he sure does.
He still plays in it, definitely.
Dereck, we've got a couple minutes left. You've got a special program, I understand, called the Rewards Program. Tell our viewers a little bit about that.
Sure. A couple of yeyears ago, I guess almost 4 or 5 years ago, we hired a company out of High Point, North Carolina called Impact Golf Marketing. Dr. Henry Lister has kind of been helping us promote the golf course, and we've developed this rewards program where it's totally free. Guests become members of our rewards program. They get a free round of golf once a year on their birthday. We have all kinds of great promotions for every holiday. July 4th, which is coming up, we'll have a promotion for that. Mother's Day, Father's Day. And so it's a great program. Every time you play Old South, we track all the money you spend there, and you get 10% of it back towards future golf or merchandise.
So if I'm walking in off the street, or I call and get a tee time, what do I need to do to be a member or part of that?
Just come in and fill out an application, basically, and we'll give you a nice rewards card. And then every time you play, you just give us your last name or your rewards number. And yeah, it's fantastic. We have so many people are so loyal to Old South and come back year after year. So we really wanted to give them something in return for them being so loyal.
Well, once again, just one more kind of an up and beyond program that you guys implement.
Yeah.
You're always thinking out of the box, always thinking of new ways to be innovative and new and fresh. And the greatest thing about you, though, I think really is the low attrition, the same staff. You got Scotty and Bobby and Alan out on the bag drop, and every time you come in there, this is the group, Edison and Cindy in the restaurant, and you guys in the shop, you see the same faces, and there's really nothing like that around.
Yeah, no, I remember Paul Smith actually, who worked for Hargrave, is now retired. He said, it's like going to Cheers.
Yeah, it really is. Everybody knows your name.
That's what
and there's nothing like name recognition.
No,
for sure. And you guys have kind of mastered that over the years. Well, Dereck.
Hey, thanks, Daniel, for having us. Definitely.
Thanks for taking
Chris,
time out of your schedule.
Yeah, definitely.
Chris, good to have you.
Great to be here as always.
Guys, we'll see you back here soon. Hopefully,
Yes,
we'll have you back soon.
All right.
That's all the
Look
time we
forward
have
to
in
it.
this segment. In the next segment, we're going to be joined by Bluffton High School girls golf coach David Crosby, who's got a couple of special guests he brought along with us. Stay here.